Hey, I'm Marit from GameEnthus.com, and this time I'm talking about Boy Band Builder the card game. Boy Band Builder the card game was designed by Luke Earley, Sam Rosen, and Samuel Geer, with art from Marit, McCluske, and Adam Tremaine. Boy Band Builder the card game is an open drafting set collection game for 2 to 4 players. It takes about 30 to 60 minutes to play, and is aimed at players that are 13 and up. So in Boy Band Builder, players are going to be constructing their band out of boys. Yeah, it sounds weird when you say it like that, but that's what you're going to be doing. In Boy Band Builder, the card game, players are going to be auditioning different artists to potentially be a part of their band and augmenting their skills, or sometimes lack thereof, with different star cards. In addition to that, the whole point of the game is to play gigs. You play gigs, you get money. You get the most money, you win the game. Let me show you what it looks like on the table. So these are the major components in Boy Band Builder. You're going to have 4 reference cards. The game is playable to 4 players. You're going to have a deck of artist cards who have varying abilities, vocals, hotness, heat, coolness, and dance moves. Those are the 4 major categories, and some of them are going to want to join the band for free. Others are, in order to hire them, are going to cost you some star cards that we'll get into in just a moment. So there's a wide variety of them. Typically, the artists who have more talent are going to cost more star cards to hire and bring them onto the band. That is not a person. These are the star cards, which are, for the most part, going to augment an artist's ability. So the acoustic track could be played onto Mo here. Mo also is willing to join the band for free, I guess, for the potential to make a lot of money. So star cards are typically played underneath an artist card in order to augment ability. So Mo went from having really good vocals to having, this is like Luther Vandross stuff, a ridiculous amount of vocal talent. You have Entourage here, which is just cool. It's cool to have an entourage, apparently. So Intergalactic Stomp. There's a lot. I'm not going to read all of them. This one, some of them don't add abilities. This one, for example, Secret Love. Take a star card from any artist and place it on another artist and then discard. So if you were to, one of your actions would be to play a star card. So you could play this card, and typically you can apply these types of things to anyone, any artist that's on the board, not just your own. So you could take a star card from somebody else that you really want, add it to one of your stars, discard this card, then discard this card because it says discard, and then maybe your second action might be to play a gig, which I'll get into in a moment. Sick Ride. It says flash, meaning you can, I think, do it anytime you want, even if it's not your turn. This artist gets +3 cool until the end of turn. Discard. Interesting. So there's a lot of these. And then going solo, which, once you get big enough, if your name gets out there, it's like, come on, man, how could you leave the group? Because they paid me a lot of money. It's a thing. It's a thing. And you have gig cards, and these are essentially how you win the game. Whoever's gig cards add up to the most at the end of the game wins. So in a 2-player game, once someone has played their 7th gig, that triggers the game end. Everybody gets equal number of turns. Works the same way, except for 3 players, it's 6 gigs, and for 4 players, it is 5 gigs. So hit single, 20K. You need these attributes dispersed amongst your band members to play these gigs. Well, this gig in particular. Now, hit single plays 20K. Halftime show. Oh, I guess you don't get paid as much for halftime as I thought, or anything actually. Autograph signing is 40K. So you need to be real hot, and then have an X factor. So the X factor says the band must have 4 stats of one other type. So you can't have more heat, and then as an X factor. That's just too much heat. How much heat can one person have? Those are the components. Let me run you through with a couple of turns. this is what a 2-player setup might look like. So we have player 1 with a reference card on one side, 3 star cards. Everybody starts off with 3 star cards. Player 2, reference card, 3 star cards. Pile of artists cards, pile of star cards, 4 gigs. You have 4 options for actions. You can audition, meaning you can audition new artists. You can draw 2 star cards. You can do a gig and get paid. And you can also play a star card you already have in your hand. You can do those actions more than once. You can do 2 auditions and get 2 artists. You can get 4 star cards, 2 with each action. You can also play 2 gigs on a single turn. You would just have to pay a single star card for the second gig you play, in addition to the requirements. Player 1. Let's see what I have here. I have 3 star cards. Oh, Dream Girl. Dream Date, Secret Love. This is a good one. I can steal with this one. Dream Date. So I mean, there's singing, there's hotness. I guess you have that hotness, and then this is a good one. You can take a star card from any artist and place it onto another artist, meaning my own, if I want that card. So what would I do? I am going to audition. So audition means I draw the top 3. Normally I would draw them into my hand. I would not lay them out for everyone to see, but there we have it. Oh, and there we go. See, Jamal can sing a bit, and Jamal wants to join the band for free. So I'll move the reference card here. I'll move both of them actually, and I'm going to hire Jamal. Jamal is now a part of the band. Jamal is the band because he's the only member of it. I'm also going to hire Sebastian. So I'm going to basically, I have a duo here. So you have Jamal and Sebastian, and it costs 1 star card to hire Sebastian. I got to give up one of these. Now, if let's say I'm eyeing press conference, so do the press conference, I need 3 vocals to do the press conference. I have 2 so far, so I probably don't want to get rid of this card. Let's say I just discard 1 star card. I discard Dream Date. So old Frank, sorry old buddy, we'll go to the bottom of the deck. That's what it says. That was player 1's turn. Player 2. Wow. Okay. So they have new material. Take 2 random star cards from other player's hand, and then discard this card. Stolen practice tapes. Take a star card from any artist and place it onto another artist. That seems very similar to one of the star cards that player 1 has, that you probably can't see. I still have 2 star cards there. If you can see them at the very bottom there. And then private tutor. I guess having a private tutor makes me be able to sing better. And since being smart is cool, gives you some cool. All right, what are my options here? I think I'm gonna audition. So let's see, we have LaShawn, Sky, and Antonio. And looking at what's here, like the world tour is 100K. That's a lot. That's one of the highest ones, I believe. You need a lot of, I mean, this is like an end game kind of one here. Antonio can sing. So if I get Antonio, I could add the singing ability to him and then be 2/3 of the way here. But I can clearly see that player 1 is a good way there themselves. So maybe I look at going tropical. Heat and coolness are needed for that one. So, well, I'm going to bring Sky in as a member of the band, and hey, why not? And I'm going to hire LaShawn as a member of the band. One thing I did forget, Antonio will go to the bottom of the deck because Antonio was not selected. So one thing I did forget to mention, after your turn, you always draw a single star card. So player 1 has 3 and player 2 has none. So they would get a single star card. I did forget to do that. So you always draw star cards at the end of your turn. All right, back over to player 1. Okay, so player 1 can take the action of play a star card. So if I wanted to, I could play the star card here such that Jamal can really sing. Like Jamal has pipes. Jamal is that's what that means, pipes. Jamal can really sing. Yeah, toxic masculinity is a negative star card. Discard a star card from any artist. So if somebody was building to something, you could play it on them, remove a star card from them, and then maybe they're not in the runnings to get one of these cards. So yeah. All right, so my second action is going to be to play a gig. And again, I'm going to play the press conference here. So play the press conference. I zoomed in a bit so you could read everything, but normally I have it a little more spaced out. And solo gig. Oh, okay. Sorry, I did forget to mention this. There's some small text here that says a solo gig. All stats must be generated by one artist. So Jamal by himself, going for Dolo, is doing the press conference all by himself. And that's it. He does well, 40K. I mean, whether or not he splits that 40K with Sebastian and management, well, they don't get their cut. Whether or not he splits that with Sebastian, I have no idea. But yeah, so first action was to play a star card. Second action was to play a gig. He would take a star card because his turn is over, and he would also replenish for the gig that he played. Back over to player 2. So player 2 has a single star card. This one says. So this one is lousy publicist. Target player discards a random gig card. Ooh, that's mean. All right, their first action is going to be to draw 2 star cards. That's the first thing they're gonna do. Okay, they don't have enough heat to get the magazine cover. This is also a solo gig. As you can see, Sky is actually on the magazine already with LaShawn. There you go. It has to happen. It's destiny, but not really. Not today. I guess we're gonna end this brief tutorial with a little bit of scorched earth. So lousy publicist is my second action is going to be to play a star card. I'm gonna make player 1 randomly discard this press conference gig. So that's not out of the game. They have no money. I have no money. We're all broke, but we all can. Well, player 1, well, they can sing. We have hotness and some coolness with a little bit of dancing because LaShawn can dance. I mean, yeah. So, and that is essentially how Boy Band Builder plays. The games I played, I think either Lousy Publicist didn't come up because maybe it's in the bottom of the deck, or I believe like we didn't want to play that card on each other because we're playing nicely. So that is Boy Band Builder. That's pretty much how it plays. I'll see you back up top where I will say more words. One thing I did not show in the demo was that you can replace members of that band, and that is also thematic, very thematic. And this game in general, I feel like it has a good sense of humor and sticks to the theme of being someone who was in charge of putting a band together that has certain skills and talents in order to get money by participating in gigs and events. It's fun. I enjoyed it. I played it with my daughters. They enjoyed it as well. It's pretty simple, easy to play. It is competitive, and some of those star cards are brutal. So there's some take that in it, I guess, as much as you're willing to subject other people to or be subjected to. Does that make sense? So was it fun? Yes, as I said earlier, the game is fun. I did enjoy it. I don't think it's something that we'll play frequently, but I feel like whenever we do pull it off the shelf, I think we'll have a good time with it. It is a fun game. I think it sticks to the theme so well. That's sort of its appeal, because everything you're doing in that game feels like what the theme is of putting a band together. Some people have more talent than others. Some people, are really kind of holding everything down for the band. That's not really a part of the game, but you can kind of add your own real world narratives and things like that in order to make it, seem real, which in some parts it kind of does. Aaron recommends. So that's Boy Band Builder. I enjoyed it. I don't know how often the band's going to get back together, but whenever the band does get together, it'll be a good time. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care, stay safe, and be blessed.